1. Episode number 62 of BlackMenCarpool. This is your host, BlackWax. I got my driver Zay in the cabin today. What do you say, brother Zay?
What up, what up, what up?
Well, you know, I've been thinking about this song by Curtis Blow. They playing basketball. Remember that song?
Yeah.
They love that. Well, maybe they're not playing basketball.
I didn't even know that was Curtis Blow who sang
Yeah, that was Curtis Blow. He wasn't singing the hook, but he was rapping the song, right?
Yeah.
So, if you turn on ESPN, any sports channel, everybody's talking about this LeBron James situation. He's sitting out games now, right?
Okay.
He's not. Coach is taking him out, Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving, the big three, to rest them for the playoffs.
Oh.
This is causing all kinds of controversy. But not only him, DeMarcus Cousins, this coach set him out for a game, and although they lost. The coach for the San Antonio Spurs, Greg Popovich, he set out his star players a couple years ago when they were, preparing to compete in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And David Stern tried to find them and, enforce some regulations. And now it's coming up again. So there's people that are holding up signs. I paid $800 to come see LeBron James play, and he's at home. Because this is, from the most recent game when they played the Memphis Grizzlies. And, lots of fans are disappointed, and as they should be. But, as the coach is saying, he's trying to, rest his players to preserve them for the playoffs, even though they're not injured. So it's causing somewhat of a big controversy. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, he's really wanting to see players, if they need to rest at home, not on the road, because on the road, people are coming to see these star players play.
Right.
So it's a huge controversy right now. A lot of media attention. LeBron James did come out and say, I've been in this league 14 years. I paid my dues. I played in every arena, and the coach wants to see me out. I'm not going to argue with that.
Yeah.
Now there's some, Tracy McGrady. I saw him on a sports show, and he was saying, I can understand that. I can appreciate that. But these other two guys, they haven't played that long. Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love, they haven't paid their same dues as LeBron has. So it's an interesting topic of discussion. What's your take on it right now?
So my first question would be, how many games do they play?
82 games for the regular season.
82 games.
Yeah.
How many games does football play compared to that?
They generally play about 16 regularly scheduled games and maybe 3 or 4 preseason games.
Right.
Right.
So that's worlds of difference.
Yeah.
Now, someone could probably say, well, football is more of a contact sport than basketball. True.
Right.
However, basketball is very much a contact sport. And to have that much wear and tear on your body, and for you to play that many games, 82 basketball games, you just wear out your body faster. I know when I play a game of basketball, I'm aching all over the place afterwards. And as these players get older, they need more rest. And so I'm not opposed to having your best players once you've clinched the division, or once it's guaranteed that you're going to be in the playoffs. I've done we've done what we need to do. Matter of fact, we've done what we need to do so well that we've expedited the whole process. We're not out here fighting for a playoff position. Now, if you guys are fighting for a playoff position and you're sitting your best players, you're probably not going to be around that long. However, that's just a stupid idea. But we've already made it to the playoffs, and I'm assuming they already clinched their division, or they're far enough in the schedule and their wins that they're not dependent on anyone's destiny for their destiny to come true, and they could sit out. They could afford to lose some games. And to rest them is not my idea, a bad opinion. I think it's actually a smart business move. However, the fans and the NBA don't like it. Why? Because the fans feel like they're being cheated out of their entertainment,
right,
which they paid for. And again, it's just entertainment. And the NBA, who's the greedy, the green of the whole thing, they want their money. And when they see their margins drop and they see ticket sales are low for a certain month, they're going to start raising the question why. And again, I'm getting on my soapbox here, but I'm about to jump off. In my opinion, I think it's great because of the fact that they do get to rest. They lower the opportunities of injuries. So therefore, if they are playing in the regular season and they just throw LeBron in again for ticket sales and he messes around and twists his ankle or somebody fouls him.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Dottie, and I'm listening to BlackMenCarpool with my homie BlackWax and Zay. Peace.
So, I've been thinking about, a good compromise could be, what if the regularly scheduled season were cut in half and there will only be 40 games as opposed to, or 41 games as opposed to 82.
Yeah, and again, my philosophy still stands the same. If you're able to, if you do your due diligence and you get that much ahead of the curve than everyone else as far as your wins are concerned, and you're going into the playoffs, then I have no problem with setting your best player because, again, when you're going into the playoffs, your best opportunities to win are when you're firing on all cylinders, and you can't do that if your team is not 100% healthy. So if I'm going to sit LeBron James for a few games or whatnot, it's because I want him healthy in the playoffs. And we have the luxury to do that. That means that we're a good enough team to where it's guaranteed that we're going to get into the playoffs. So therefore, why do I want to subject my players to get injured when I don't have to? Because again, this all goes back to wins. And if I can go ahead and if I have enough wins to where I can afford some losses, because we're not fighting for a perfect season here. Right. We just want another national championship. And if that's what it takes, and if that's what we need to do, then do it. I mean, he'll be rested coming into the playoffs along with the other people that are with him. And that's that.
Indeed. So we did a little bit of comparison to like football versus basketball. And with basketball, you have all those games plus the travel. That travel alone just takes wear and tear.
Yep.
Anybody, I think sometimes we get tired when we don't even do anything but travel. The jet lag, and it just kind of takes a toll on your body.
Absolutely.
But when you compare football and basketball to baseball, they have 162 games per year.
Yep.
And it is highly advised for pitchers to not even pitch 2 nights in a row. So I don't really hear baseball fans, or maybe baseball fans have been conditioned. Like if you go see your favorite baseball team, generally they will announce who the starting pitcher is going to be, but it's not going to be your favorite starting pitcher every night.
No, absolutely not. And that's your investment that you're protecting. The last thing you want that dude to go out there and tear a rotator cuff because he's working so hard and he's wearing out his arm. You know what I'm saying? And then next his speeds are going down. That arm's not as strong as it used to be because you're wearing them out. Now what you're saying is a bunch of home runs being hit off your bat, off your stud pitcher. So yeah, that makes sense to me as well.
So I watch a lot of basketball games here locally at the at the junior high and high school level, and even recreationally AAU basketball. And some of these coaches and officials that I talk to, or officials that I speak with, they have a concern. I hope some of these players don't get burnt out by the time they're 18 because they're playing in 2 or 3 different leagues, plus playing for their school. I hope by the time it's time for them to go to college that they still got some energy in the tank. So, Kyrie Irving is a prime example. A lot of these kids, you can't make it to the NBA if you don't ever start, early. But, basketball, you can play in multiple leagues in addition to your high school team when you were a youth or an adolescent, and, then go to college and then go to pro. So are we really starting earlier and working harder and putting ourselves where we definitely, could burn out? But not that I'm an athlete or anything, but, the athletes who are in the league?
Sure. Well, so as a young age, these guys playing as many games as they are, the reason behind it is because they're trying to sharpen their skill.
Right.
In order to sharpen your skill, you have to practice, and you have to play, and it has to become redundant. It has to be over and over and over again. Now, as far as rest is concerned, if you're really a top athlete, you could get rested within a day.
Okay.
And you could be ready to go, unless you're really injured or you're super duper sore for some odd reason that you haven't worked out in a long time or whatever. Most athletes could recover within 24 hours of just resting, pure rest. Going to the trainer, getting massage, sitting in the tub of ice or the steam room or whatever. Going there, shooting around a little bit. Most athletes could recover within 24 hours. So the number of games being played at that young age when you're coming up, that's fine, because you're trying to sharpen your skills. Now, what may happen is you may get burnt out. Not saying that you don't have any energy to do the game, but you just lose interest.
Right.
That very much is common if you don't plant the seed in the head of why they're playing so much and why we're practicing so much. And if you can't paint the picture clear enough for your kid and you're putting them through all this, then there's a good opportunity that he or she are going to quit and get burnt out because the excuse is, my parents pushed me too hard.
Right. That definitely does happen. Yeah. But so I'm going to definitely side with the team. The Cavaliers. I respect the coach's decision to set out his starting three, big three. And J.R. Smith, he kind of felt the way about it. He's like, I kind of take offense that they didn't consider me one of the the top three.
Right.
And so it's gonna make him, step his game up even more to to stay competitive.
Well, hopefully. And that's just a selfish attitude, I mean, J.R. Smith is one of those individuals where I think the Cavaliers could have probably still won without him.
Yeah.
And, he's like one of those people where if he gets hot, he's going to blow out. He's just very inconsistent. You don't know what you're going to get with him.
Yeah.
That's how it is. And the thing about him is that he sometimes has a bad attitude, which is contagious. Sometimes around the locker room if you have someone like that. But more importantly, he should, if he's not being chosen for one of those individuals who they felt like he was an asset to the team and he shouldn't sit out, then he needs to take that in stride and try to be that lead, be that light on the team to where now you're starting or whatever. So now you get to run the show and not think about LeBron and Kyrie on the bench right now because coach thinks that they're more of an asset to the team than I am. They bring more value, but I'm the one over here making all the points. Like when you start to think in that light, it just becomes a cancer.
Well, he didn't really say it in a negative fashion. He kind of said it like, that's pushing me. I have to continually prove myself and be consistent.
Good.
So that's kind of the way I took it.
Okay, well, if that's the way he meant it, then yeah, have a great attitude towards it, and and go in there, handle your business, and just business BAU.
Yeah. But that game that he just played against the Grizzlies was super sloppy. Whoa.
That sounds like right up his alley, too. Really inconsistent.
Well, so nonetheless, Christmas is right around the corner, man. It's going to be here in just a couple of days, right before you know it.
Yep.
You got any big Christmas plans or Christmas traditions?
No, we're just chilling. We're probably going to have maybe a friend or two come over, and we're just going to chill and just be thankful and open some presents and just lay low. What about you?
Yeah, so we're going to be home. it's kind of interesting. Like, we're still kind of forming our own traditions and spending a few more holidays at home. You know, when I was single, I spent every holiday, at least 90% of my holidays, with my parents. You know, every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, with my parents. You know, and up until I got married at 31 years old. So now, you know, now that I have a family, you know, it's nice to be able to spend some of those holidays at your house. With that being said, I'm still going to try to figure out how, you know, we can make it down to my parents' house for a day or two. At least it may not be on Christmas Day. My wife and I, we generally like to do something pretty fun for New Year's, but this is going to be a low-key year as well. So we're probably going to just sit around the house and just kind of relax. But I'm really, really looking forward to this holiday season to recharge my batteries. I feel like I've been just running around the clock all year long. I've been working around the clock, and I've been hustling. I've been grinding, and so it's definitely time to unwind. And so I'm looking forward to some downtime and just really, you know, relaxing and just chilling.
I agree. I agree.
It's much needed, very much needed. So, I want to give a quick RIP to Craig Sager. You know, the NBA sports commentator who always wear these colorful outfits. So he lost his battle with cancer, and so definitely want to send our regards to him and his family. He was a great commentator, very funny, and he just brought a lot of life to the NBA and to his job. You know, he was a great journalist. So definitely want to take my hat off. And
you know, I did not know about this. However, I heard on the news that those funky suits that he used to wear on the games that were just so ridiculous, he would sell them, and the proceeds would actually go to a cancer foundation to help them do research on the cure for cancer.
I did not know that.
So yeah, that was huge on his part. And man, you know, I thank you for all those crazy suits that you wore on TV. I talked bad about you half the time because I didn't know why you were just wearing those suits. But after I heard that, I really did feel for him, and hope he rests in peace. Right.
So, yeah, everyone has to do something to make them feel, you know, special and unique, and to help them deal with whatever challenges. So I didn't even know he had cancer, but he's been dealing with it for a while. So he fought the good fight, and so now, you know, on to the next chapter. So that's going to bring a close to this show. This has been Black Men Carpool, episode number 62. You can find us on Mixcloud, Facebook, Blogger, Google+, Twitter, Pinterest, and iTunes, Google Play. You got any shout-outs or closing comments?
Well, I want to give a shout-out to, I don't know, did I do a shout-out to the Washington Huskies last year?
You did, but go ahead and do it again, because they haven't played yet.
Because they haven't played, and I'm not sure if they're going to get this W, but they made it.